So in this episode, we will be looking at how acceptable it is to hold our sales team accountable and why it is so important to hold them accountable and what we actually can do to improve their performance in our business and when they are actively getting deals in and closing them as well, and ensuring that the next deal is already coming in from the same client in an even bigger and greater scale. So let's have a look at that in this episode today. So is it actually acceptable to hold your sales team accountable? I mean, about all those salespeople who are maybe calling up your clients, whether they're doing telesales, cold calling, or even going out to visit your clients, to go into the marketplace and find new leads. They're maybe contacting them via platforms like Facebook, Messenger, LinkedIn, Xing, Alibaba, all these different kinds of places where you can be. Maybe you're even sending out to events, to exhibitions, networking parties, anything, depending on where you get your clients. It might be that one of your salespeople is really good at LinkedIn. The other one is really good at going out into the marketplace, giving presentations, giving keynotes and so on. And then everybody says, oh, I need to buy this stuff. Come, advise me, help me, let me buy from you. I want to buy only from you. And that's how they actually build this big, massive rapport with their clients. But how can we get everybody to be best at what they are doing? And even being able to focus on developing the talents that they really have, even to a greater scale. Because, as I say, you can't go and standardize every salesperson to do exactly the same thing at 100% or 200% level. But what we can actually do is develop their skills and develop their talents that they can really effectively use them for our business. But if you don't do that, if you just say, oh, go out and sell something, it just doesn't work. You have to train them. You have to give them opportunities to learn, to develop, to exercise, to train, to even refine their way they maybe call a client, maybe how they maybe explain the product or services, how they position it, how they actually even show or develop their own presentation, whether it's you're using PowerPoint or whether they're just talking about it, how they build a story and showcase as well maybe other customers' solutions that you've done in the past and that has helped them to buy and sell. And that's the thing where when you look at the market and research and all the things that you're gradually developing, the market is changing to the way businesses are learning to adapt to all the uncertainty that is happening in the marketplace, whether it's through politics, whether it's through pandemics, inconsistency, or maybe technical changes, modifications. Customer base maybe changes their habit or their needs for other kind of products or the services. Even the time to delivery might even change. The expectance of what is good or not acceptable changes, and you have to adapt. But your salespeople have to be accountable. Otherwise, they don't need to bother. Exactly. They don't bother if they don't know that they will be held accountable. They won't be bothered to even refine and properly learn the stuff. Sit down and learn stuff properly and exercise it, or even team up 2 or 3 people together and really just simulate a pitching situation or anything like that. They have to do it and have to have multiple calls with clients until they actually notice what is really the best and resonating the best with the client, because it might resonate really best with your colleagues, but the clients don't care. Because your colleagues are absolutely into the product, but your clients are not. But if you hit the right keys with your clients. Maybe you can even sell more than you actually could by listening to the client, talking to the client, finding out what's really resonating with them and developing that. But for that, you have to hold them accountable. Otherwise, they will not bother. How can we hold them accountable? Depending on your regulatory rules in your countries, the jurisdictions have different kind of rules, what you can do. Some, for instance, allow you to monitor the phone calls. Sometimes maybe you are allowed maybe to record the phone calls that are coming in or going out and so on. Maybe you're even able to use them for training. Some cases you might even have to inform or get the consent from your clients who are maybe calling you, consent maybe from your employees. Think of the union representatives and so on. There's so many different factors that influencing, but you have to take the effort. You have to think as well, what technology can you use to help me do that? Do I hold them accountable by the amount of calls they did, by the amount of deals they got in, how many they closed, or how many people they visited, or how many business cards they got in, new contacts, new contracts, or how much even the revenue they generated, or how many clients they sold again and again, more and more products. It depends very much on your business, but you have to hold them accountable so that you are actually able to turn them into a much more efficient workforce, especially to build and expand your business. If you just let them do as they fancy, every day they'll just be mediocre. They'll just get it done, but they won't bother really. And you don't want them. You don't want them to be average. You want them to be actually obsessed about your business. They must be absolutely fascinated and loving your products. That even if they are in their leisure time and they happen to see an opportunity, they'll tell that potential lead about your business, even if it's outside of their work hours. But they know that is an opportunity. Give them even maybe a share of the revenue so that they have an incentive that if they generate more sales, they will generate a greater income for themselves. Of course, it means that you must ensure that you cannot be scammed by your own people, so that they don't fake maybe orders and eventually get more money and then leave you again, and you later on notice that the clients actually are canceling the orders or the things or revoking it. So that's something that's so important to develop in your business. Have them accountable and see as well how you can improve their knowledge. You have to train them. You have to send them to training courses so that they learn new skills. And not just saying, oh, well, they went once to a training, another can do everything. No, that's not enough. You should train them at least once a year. And if you are able to provide them with online training kits that they can do on a regular basis every week, let's say, even if it's just 10 minutes every day in the morning, it's good to refresh the mind, learn something new, and develop new skills in other areas, and motivates them and keeps them fresh. And one important thing, they might even stay fitter for a longer time because they are more active in that than if people are just not bothering and just living their lives as if they left school with 20 and from then on didn't need to learn anything more. Their brains get bored and eventually their life expectancy is shorter. But if you change the way you're doing business and the way you are treating your staff, you are training them, improving and refining their skills, you will be refining your opportunities to get more business in the door and expand and diversify. And you might even find a few people who you want to have as future sales directors. Maybe you even buy a company, you send them there because you know they're really good. Let them go and develop that sales team in that new organization you've got. You will turn your potential, your market value, your ability to generate revenue even at a greater scale. Make your business great again by being focused on what's important. And that's about as well keeping your sales staff happy, trained, and highly focused on what is important and getting them really on track with your business. And not just letting them collect dust and fill themselves with excuses why they can't do a deal, why they can't get business in, or why at the moment it's just pointless to call a client who's already saturated. Because even if a client might be saturated, there's a big chance of you getting some more sales. And if it's something that you haven't sold it, there's opportunity to find ways to even solve that problem of your client and expand your business to another area that is really relevant to your business as well, but you never really thought it could be a potential business opportunity to generate quite a valuable revenue. So I hope you've enjoyed this focused and short episode where we try to look into what are the key things to get our sales staff accountable, how to refine them. And refining them, that'll be a topic that I'll be having in the next few episodes as well, where I look at least into greater detail how we can really train their sales skills to a better level that they can actually close greater deals in a shorter time with more efficient. And it's about knowing how to close, how to build relationships and build that trust, because that trust is what opens doors to other high quality clients you never thought you could get and you were never even going to access. But it is possible only if you do your homework, and that's getting a powerful sales team that is highly customized to your business, highly trained, motivated, and the best in your market. I hope you enjoyed the content of today's episode. So what we're really looking into the next topic. So it'll be all about sales, yes, about salespeople, their opportunities, and as well focus on one sector. And it'll be about salespeople in the IT sector in the United Kingdom. Because based on a research that has been recently completed by a large research institute, they predict that people in the IT sector will have a opportunity to double their income by 2021. We know at the moment all these uncertainties in the market are happening. It's not just about coronavirus, COVID-19, Brexit, and all these troubles between the US and China and all these different other things. There's still massive opportunity, and especially for salespeople that are highly trained. They're very efficient and effective in what they do. They're able to close people and develop them into big, exciting client accounts because they are able to find exactly the right fitting product and service for their clients to solve the problems. So how does that work? We will be looking into that topic in the next episode.